Saturday afternoon and I'm out on my bike and it feels good. No jacket today. It's actually the first warm day of the year really, so I couldn't not get out. I don't normally ride on Saturdays, but I'll go out for a quick burn round the village where I live today, probably 8 miles ish, and back out for a longer one tomorrow. But it's a nice place to ride around here, but down all these country lanes I've now eaten about 300 flies I think, so better keep my mouth shut. Certainly one thing I will be interested to find out, well, I've not been on the bike for basically a week. It was last Sunday, it's now Saturday. Will my legs be better because they've had nearly a week to recover and freshen up, or will that week have given them an opportunity to get lax and have to start again a bit of the muscle building? Don't really know how it works, but feels right at the moment. I'll let you know how it is at the end of the ride. Well, that's it, right done and dusted. It was so much nicer with the nice weather. Everything's so much easier. Other than the fact I've got tons of motivation anyway, it's just so much nicer going out when the weather's good. You know, I didn't have to wear my overshoes, my feet aren't frozen, my hands aren't cold, even showing a bit of skin. So I think that's a thumbs up all round. More days like that one, please. Sunday afternoon. It's raining again. You know, it just wouldn't be right if I had a couple of days of riding in the sun, would it? So today, yeah, it's raining. There's a bit of a wind as well. It's quite warm though, so that's quite nice. I'm aiming for another 20 miles today, so I'm heading off to Flemington Quay again. I'm going to pretty much replicate the ride I did this time last week, but a bit more on road. I'll take the proper toll road today rather than going on that grass bank, just so I don't have to keep stopping and starting to get over, you know, stiles and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be doing that today. Hopefully I'll get 20 miles out of it. It should be a little bit longer today actually, I think. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Oh yes, I've also got some waterproof gloves now, so it'll be a good day to check those out. Nice cosy hands hopefully. Okay, all kitted up, ready to get going. I have made another very small purchase. I'm sick of shouting at people, you know, walkers walking their dogs when I'm coming up behind them, passing on your right, because all they ever do is turn around and walk straight in your path. So I've now got a bell. I know it's a bit naff, but hopefully it will stop people walking in front of me. Okay, so it turns out, even with a bell, and given plenty of notice, people walking in front of you on the path will literally just stop when they hear the bell, turn round and just stand there blocking the whole path, or literally wander right into the path where you're riding. I'm going to try and get it on video. You okay, mate? Need any tools? Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Crappy.
A little bit, yeah.
Cheers. quite an uneventful ride. Got 10.5 miles in, which is quite nice. 7.5 miles of that, of course, with a drizzle headwind, which wasn't particularly nice, but it seems to have eased off a little bit now. Yeah, really nice little ride. That would be really beautiful if it was a sunny day, but you can't pick the weather, unfortunately. Just have a quick nibble now and a drink, rest the legs for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be off, back on the way to the car with a tailwind. That was a bit disappointing. Won't be coming back here again. Okay, so it's time to head off back to the car. I've had a couple of minutes breather, a little drink. I'm now going off the map. I've seen this place on a map. I'm not 100% where I'm supposed to be going, but I think it's that way. So I'm going to have a little ride up there, and hopefully that will take me back up to the toll house, which would be great because I know how to get back from there. See how I get on. I'm wondering if I just made a good point and showed it, or I look like a twat. Quite a soggy ride, but 22 miles in the bag. I'll take that. Afternoon, and no cycling into work this afternoon. However, I have got my bike. I bought it on the car. The reason for this is I didn't get all my work done this morning that needs to go to the post office, so I'll be bashing that out right now, get that down the post office ASAP. I have, obviously, as I say, bought my bike. It's got a puncture, so I need to fix that if I manage to get outside today on the bike. I should also point out the weather is absolutely terrible out there, but I'm feeling surprisingly anxious to get out on it, even if it is rain. I've got waterproof clothes, so that doesn't bother me. So let's get on with my work and see how we get on. It's Tuesday afternoon, post office is all done and dusted. Let's go out for a bike ride. First, need to fix a puncture. Let's do it. New helmet. The other one's a bit broken. I'll explain that at a later date. Anyway, so today I'm doing just under, I'm going to do 2 laps up to the telephone aerial and back. 2 loops it is. It's just under 10 miles and just under 1,000 foot of climbing. So I've done my longer distance at the weekend on the flat terrain, and today I'm going for a shorter distance with some hills. Rain seems to have subsided a bit, which is quite good. In fact, I don't think it's raining at all at the moment. But it's going to be windy and it's very foggy still, I believe, at the top of the hill. I can't see the aerial anywhere, so let's get on with it. This is by far the worst climb that I've been doing since I've been riding. Don't enjoy this at all, but just got to think to the end of the week when I'm on those scales, now how different it would be had I not got out and done this. I'm gonna stop crying about it now. As predicted, it's pretty crappy up the top here. Foggy, damp. Probably just about to see the Telegraph aerial transmitter there. The rest of it, pretty crappy. What goes up must go down. Unfortunately, I won't be beating any personal best today. It's really windy. This is harder than going uphill. That last downhill bit is very long, quite steep in places. It was really sketchy just because of the wind blowing me alongside the road, and that's mad. But I've got to do it again. Get back before the wind gets any worse. It's all good fun. Well, that's pretty much it for this ride. I'm almost back at the top now, so be a gentle ride downhill into that strong wind again. I'll be glad when this one's over, to be honest. It's been quite a horrible ride just because of the weather. Roll on summer. So, about this helmet that I was saying about, this is my trail helmet. The other day when I was cleaning the pads, I noticed that this bit here has broken. Don't know if you can see that, right in there. Which obviously isn't great, because probably makes up some of the integrity of the helmet. And you can never be too careful when it comes to a bike helmet. Anyway, having failed to find a replacement for those, rung a number of companies, most of whom never ever bothered coming back to me, so thanks for that. Mavic weren't much help, just saying you need to speak to a dealer. So anyway, the helmet in itself is good, it's just the strap that's buggered. Anyway, having looked at more recent Mavic helmets, I discovered that they still use exactly the same retention system. So what I've done is buy a new road helmet. Oops, what's that? Right. Purchased a new road helmet, which was £50. This was. It's meant to be 80 quid or something. So that was a bargain from J.E. James Cycles in the UK. Now the good thing about this retention system is it clips out and clips back in again, so it's interchangeable. So now I've got a road helmet and a trail helmet, and I can swap the retention system between the two. It takes about 5 seconds, so that's great news. Not very impressed with Mavic, to be fair. I would have thought, considering they still use the same system, they would have been able to hook me up with someone who could provide a spare, but that wasn't to be. So that's pretty annoying. Sort yourselves out, Mavic. Other than that, it's good to have a road helmet as well. I suppose it's a bit more aero for when I'm zooming down the hills. All good. Okay, Thursday afternoon, and Thursday afternoon is bike afternoon. Sadly, not today, and it's not my fault. It might look nice outside, but it's really not. Check this out. "45 mph winds? I don't think so. So instead today, I've got other plans. Let's get to it. Not quite the same as cycling, but it's better than nothing. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Feel the burn in my legs. I'll have a little breather and then try and do some more. Okay, hoping to get a second lot of 10 reps out of this one. Still feeling my legs are killing, but no pain, no gain. $19. $20. I won't be doing that again in a hurry. Much prefer the bike, but I'm building up some solid leg muscles amongst the flabby bits. Better than sitting on my arse, not doing the cycling. Feel like a bit of a cop-out, to be honest, today, but I really don't fancy getting knocked off my bike. I can only see myself getting blown all over the road with those 45-mile-an-hour winds. And you have to bear in mind, I'm quite a large lad, so that's a large surface area for the wind to catch. Not for me today, I'm afraid. Tomorrow's looking better. Okay, so it's Friday morning and it's weigh day. So let's see how we got on this week. I'm really hoping I can get past the 1 stone mark today. That would be peach. Let's go. Okay, let's see what these stats are today. Okay, well that concludes week number 5 of Fat to Fit by Bike. It's been a bit of a funny week really. Again, the weather's been absolutely pony, so not being able to get out on the bike nearly as much as I'd like to. I did have a good stint at the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I managed to get out both days, which was great. But only the one session during the week this week, which was like a hill ride. Not very long, but you know, best part of 1,000-foot climbing over nine odd miles. So that was a leg burner for me really. So anyway, let's get on with the figures because that's what everyone wants to know. Weight wise, I weigh exactly the same as I did this time last week, to the same pound. Sorry, to the same ounce even. I normally, with my weights, when I do it this weekly, I will normally round it up to the nearest pound. But today the weight is exactly the same, to the same ounce as it was last week, so I'm not sure what's going on there. My BMI exactly the same again as last week. The only thing that has changed is my fat percentage has gone down from 35.3% to 35.2%, which seems a little bit bizarre to me if I'm honest, because last week I lost 4 pounds and I didn't even touch my bike. Went on a couple of little walks, you know, a few 100 metres each with my little man. My diet hasn't changed at all this week. It's just in fact it was worse last week because of Valentine's Day, but I don't know, you know, the body's a funny thing, and you know, maybe next week I'll look for a bumper one, but you know, I've said previously, if I get a bad result, it's not really a bad result, I haven't put on any weight, but if I don't have a great result, it just spurs me on to have a better week this week. And that's just what I'll do. I managed to total 38 miles last week, which is rubbish, really. However, it is a much nicer day today. It's Friday. I've pretty much got the afternoon free, so I'll be heading out on my bike this afternoon, I know that much. So hopefully get quite a few miles in today. So yeah, I'm not feeling despondent, a bit gutted really that I didn't make any loss this week, but that's just the way it goes, isn't it, when you're losing weight. You have a good week, you have a bad week, just have to crack on and get on with it. Thank you for everyone who's watched this far. I hope you take the time to subscribe or give us a like. You know, I would really appreciate that. But in the meantime, more next week. Thanks for tuning in.